Hey guys, real quick before we get started. This episode has a portion that takes place on the Thunder Plains, which is a place that has lightning flashes, which show up on the screen and could trigger seizures in certain people. I just want to give a quick warning for this episode that when we get to the Thunder Plains and we're not in the middle of an actual fight, maybe look away if you're someone who that could be a problem for. Anyways, enjoy the episode. Hey Ryan, how do you feel about Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf! I don't know.
You know that
I don't really have feelings on him. He's kind of entered that alien territory of me of tier where the analyzation is like, I don't understand. Done, and that's okay.
Well, I would say that he's the greatest thing ever, but he will not divide us, so I'm going to just agree with you.
What? You can't disagree with me if you will not divide us.
No, that's what I said. I'm just going to agree with you.
Oh, okay.
Like, I would otherwise say
I heard I'm
ever.
going to disagree with you. I didn't.
Oh.
It must have been the
bit.
click on the cap. Yeah, you're a bit. We're not a screwdriver.
Why can't
These
I
are Lord Seymour's quarters.
Yeah, I'm sorry. One of us is possibly marrying him. She can definitely
Paj-anime here.
Yeah, it's episode 19. They probably figured it out. No one's clicking on this as the first video.
You know what? Someone will. And I want to apologize for Kyle because he could have just triggered that person.
Ryan, fucking
jeez, Kyle.
Shut the fuck up, Ryan. If they do, they know what they're about, son.
If they do, they're gonna post comments on YouTube because that's what triggered people do. I heard.
I mean, who knows? We don't really get many comments besides Duckburg and us.
I mean, I can't really
Jason
blame
Glasser
people because
for a little bit.
like come on, what are you gonna You gonna preach what you don't practice? I can't. That's like someone getting up there, enjoy a Bud Light and going, but camera cuts. Bud Light fucking sucks. That's the equivalent. I mean, come on. I've probably given like 10 YouTube comments in my life. I do not get it at all. So I can't really,
Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Yeah.
Whether people are watching us or not is irrelevant to the point. I'm
sure. that's where the comments don't come from.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Dude, we've gotten we've commented on our own shit. And we've gotten comments from Duckburg and our boy Jason Glasser.
I don't want to dismiss people who give YouTube comments outright. Yeah.
Right, that would be a fraction of our audience.
I'm on Twitter and I barely use it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't understand and I had to be forced to get on, not forced, but it became evident that I needed to somehow have some sort of weird social space in this sort of culture that we live in. Yeah. Even though for me, I'm just like you're still kind of yelling into the wind in a lot of cases, which I just don't understand. That to me, that's not. It's just not a good active use of my time. I just don't feel like it is. Okay.
But
we're heading to the far. We're gonna go through the Stargate you're talking about.
Right?
Yeah, but that's the place where we send dead people.
Man's there too? Do dead people live there or something?
Oh yeah, she's saying Shang Tsung, right? Yeah. This is the area where she traps all their souls. You say this is where she keeps fiends or something, but let's be real.
Too, so they don't become fiends.
I know that the actual color of Yuna is villain, so you just haven't even though you've seen the game, you just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, you're right. My bad. No, so the actual.
What I actually think is happening is Kyle's just trying to keep his shit because I figured it out, and he's like, damn, figured it out pretty quickly.
I wouldn't tell you in either direction.
I know exactly, but that doesn't mean that. See, a perceptive person will still read reactions.
What has been told so far is that
aren't you coming?
Is that if people are not sent to the far plane, they stay on Spira. They get all resentful of the living, and then they turn into fiends. So this is the alternative.
Future. This is all that is there.
This is so they don't go feral. They're basically people are zombies.
Okay. So in my theory of Steve not existing. Could then he somehow be something from the far plane that Yuna has summoned?
They take on
the logic of the world
nothing else
would allow.
He traveled through time.
Well, have fun.
Okay.
What? You're not.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it can't be.
I keep my
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying if it is or it's not, but it is. Huh? I can't say no, that's not possible.
If it is, it's dumb. So that's what you're saying.
I'm saying that. If you were
I see you're setting it up for later. I got you. No worries. I see you, MJ.
See you later. See you later.
So Riku Riku and Orin are not going to.
Riku and Kairi are off looking for Super Saiyan Sora.
No. It's not even spelled the same. Riku is
I
2
like this
Ks.
spot. I know, I like this spot though. It kind of reminds me of like a trippy Rainbow Bridge thing.
Yeah. Oh, wait till we get to the other side, dude.
The far plane. You're going back home there, Steve.
Richard Dean Anderson, let's go.
You're a ghost. You're actually a ghost. It is like a Shyamalan twist. I mean, it was 2001. What am I thinking? Of course it should be on that level. That was probably still cool in 2001.
Still cool now, Ryan. Come on. Pepper, quit it!
It's just the mail, but not even the parcel mail. We already got the parcel. It's just the regular mail.
Oh. So here's a cool thing. You can actually summon dead people.
I know.
Also, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Right?
Floating in the middle of nowhere.
You can summon dead people, like Steve here. I mean, he is kind of an emo, so it makes sense. Oh, wow.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, yeah.
Oh,
yes,
God. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. Even at the time, this is remastered, but still, sometimes you're just like, Square, make more movies. Just make movies.
Well, they tried. Remember Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within?
I think in today's climate, come on, Netflix will buy anything. You tell me Square Enix couldn't just produce Final Fantasy Saga and make some crazy shit? Although I'll be honest, I'm kind of excited for Final Fantasy VII's remake.
Thinking about you.
Yeah, me too.
Her parents, they look
as someone who doesn't even have an affinity for it,
but it got me
that much.
I'm
like, you know what? With modern gameplay designs and stuff, and then them getting the whole world, and then seeing Sephiroth camp it up, I'm just like, this could be pretty good. This could be pretty anime and superhero-y.
Yeah, let's go talk
I could be into that.
Why don't
She's
you
the
try
only one not
calling
talking
someone?
to some dead person.
All you have to do is think about them.
Okay.
No.
So you basically all become Xavier in Cerebro?
Yeah. Oh shit!
Earlier, yeah?
Walker's talking to his brother, his dead brother.
I know you won't hold it against me.
Yeah.
I gave up that game. I'm a guardian from here on, you know?
We gotta save the speaker, yeah? He's been kidnapped, yeah?
Looks a lot
Spoilers.
like you. Showed up. Traveling with him, I thought
Sorry.
maybe...
Eunice the
literally
speaker.
has the
She
exact
keeps
same
getting
face model.
kidnapped, so she has to be the
again,
speaker.
Here you are on the far plane. Guess your place is here. So,
By the Albed, aka
been?
the Taken.
that guy I just told you about,
Jesus Christ.
I gave him your sword. He likes it.
He likes his sword, man.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to tell
So
you.
they don't tell you
haven't
this?
seen your dead brother in forever. What's the first thing you talk about? Hey, man, you see that guy you've never met? I gave him your weapon. Okay, he's not Scottish. I
so
don't
they
know
don't tell
when
you
the
this?
Braveheart showed up,
But we just got a massive fucking power boost for that sword.
Really?
Before
Brotherhood. Yeah,
it
Shane
only
showed up and
gave
was
us-
just like, what's up?
Oh, no, hey, man, that's fucking classified information. Sort of. So before, it only had strength plus 5 on it. So now we got 10% more than that. Also water strike and sensor.
Okay.
So here's just a giant fucking power boost to that sword.
Power
Just a
boost.
sec more.
Yeah. You actually probably should talk about some stuff with your brother. You know what? Actually, to be fair, I don't know how deep Waka actually is. So
really?
maybe he's a
That's
shallow,
good.
a big shallow
I
lake.
remember when I was
Really
only
wide,
7
not
years
deep.
old
Yeah.
in Bevelle that day.
Walker's kind of
My
a
father
dumbass.
had defeated Sin, and the whole town was out in the streets. Everyone was laughing. They all seemed so happy. If I defeated Sin, that would make everyone happy, wouldn't it? I must do what
You're a little too
everyone
focused
wants,
on making everyone else
not
happy.
just
What is
I want.
like? Listen, I know
Let's
you're
go
all
back.
you got your guardians and
You
you're trying to
gotta
figure out
tell
what your
Seymour.
destiny is, but come on,
Before that, call Sir Jack. Give it a try.
Jack's right there. Turn around.
Don't worry.
He
Oh
didn't
no, wait,
come
Oron
first.
didn't come in.
Yeah.
I wonder
Trying not to
why.
think about my old man
Oh man,
made me
suspicion
think about
raised.
him, of course.
MacGyver's gonna get to the bottom of
See,
this.
told you.
He isn't here because
Now
he's
just
not
hold
dead.
on, or what is it? One more thing.
He's Sin.
MacGyver going through
That
the
means
Stargates.
he's alive, you know.
Yeah.
What if my old man really is Sin? What would I say to Yuna?
What if
Heck,
Sin,
to
Oron,
everybody
Yuna,
in
and
Spirit.
everyone was all the
Wait,
same?
Why should I have to
What if
apologize
there
for
was
him
no
anyway?
me?
I'd rather never see him again.
Well, that's pretty
What
right
makes
response.
you hate him so?
Dude, we've already seen
Everything
Okay,
Ryan's
you're not in a
twice.
Shakespeare play. What the hell?
It
Hate
was
him
his
so?
fault that me and my mother...
What makes you hate him? You don't need to.
Mom?
Where art thou, Romeo?
This isn't actually kind of
It's
interesting. here.
her.
She's very pretty.
It's your mama.
That's not the important part, Yuna.
But
Listen, she cannot stop
wait,
sonicking all over the place.
no one ever performed the sending for her.
It's like a form of
She
Tourette's.
must have accepted death while she was still alive.
Whoa there. That's my mother you're talking about.
Oh.
What? She
I'm
didn't
sorry.
say
Anything offensive? Yeah.
It's okay.
the color of the pudding is yellow. What?
I
That's
think
not
I
like pudding
just
you're talking about.
Like, come on, she doesn't. How could you ever
something
be
out.
offended by Yuna? She literally just spends time stating
Why,
the
I
obvious
hate my own
facts.
Well, that one's not obvious to him because he's not familiar with the far plane. Like that's just more
Of
informative.
course,
Like a Lulu's
the
thing.
reason it doesn't seem like to him she's stating obvious facts is because he's not he's literally in the dark about everything.
Yeah.
Really?
Like right now, during Fuzzy Dream State, where he watches Jack with some other child.
No, that's with his mom.
His mom and some other child. That's not you, Steve.
sec, dear.
There's no child there. Oh, you okay?
Whenever my old man was
I see what
around,
you're doing.
my mother wouldn't even look at me.
It's almost
Maybe
like I
that's
didn't
when I started
exist.
to resent him, even hate him. When he left us, Mom just lost her energy.
So he is a deadbeat dad.
Is
That
she
checks out.
alright?
Why should you care?
Well, he disappeared.
If she
remember? Out
dies,
at sea.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Don't say
Yeah,
Mama's
Oren
gonna die.
doesn't want your wife to
I
die.
apologize.
Mom.
The old lady next
His mom
door
to
told
die.
me
Sorry,
when
his
a
wife.
lovebird dies, the
sorry.
one left behind, it just gives up living so it can join its mate.
Fuck no!
What's
You're
the
gonna
bird
start
have to- what?
fucking
I
everybody.
hated my old
Like,
man
see,
even
the
more.
things that Steve doesn't know about basic conversation and
But
like
really, my old
lots,
man-
but somehow he knows this old bird story. Like, who taught him that?
The old lady
Well,
next
that's
door.
just
He
his
just
mom.
said that.
His mom had like stories of birds as a book.
No, the old lady next door. He said that, dude. Said that shit explicitly, yo.
Wait, so he's just spending his whole time learning from the old lady next door?
I must
Well, no,
sound so
she just-
stupid.
The one thing.
I don't think so.
How did he
told
get?
him-
I don't know. We got to go back in time and look at
embarrassing.
his childhood. We need to study him.
Well,
I mean,
How did Steve
have it
Steve
in
become
now.
Steve?
No.
Steve. The
We're not
documenting
backstory.
that for the world,
Did
Ryan, even though
I
9 billion
Yep.
people have done it
something?
before us. I mean, that's a better laugh than that other one, to be fair.
True. True.
Thanks for waiting. I'll go give my answer to Maester Seymour.
Oh yeah, we had to come to the far plane to determine if she was going to marry him or not. Oh,
Well, she wanted to talk to her parents.
Lord Jiskel!
Oh,
you're going purple.
that's Seymour's father, remember?
He does not belong here.
He died a fortnight past.
Yuna,
One PUBG
Send him.
past. I have indigestion!
Lord Jiskel.
He is Lord Jiskel no more.
Does anybody
Send
have
him
any
now.
Tums?
I can't take domes. Lactose intolerant.
You know, any listeners are now gonna have to listen
later.
with headphones in,
We
and their
leave
parents are
now.
gonna think they were watching something else there. Those sounds a little bit suspect.
what was that
Yuna
just
was
now?
reacting.
That really Lord Jiskel?
She sounded like she was having an orgasm, right?
No, what was that really, Lord Jiskel?
I don't understand how a man
Oh, wait,
like Lord
I didn't
Jiskel
push a
can
button.
die and not be sent.
You just
just
don't have to
perfect.
say anything. Yeah, no, I don't think
was
it's
Yeah.
nothing.
sent once, but
That's
he
a better
stayed
response,
on
Steve.
Spira.
Say fucking nothing
Something.
for once. Yeah.
A powerful
Yeah.
emotion could have bound him to this world. Such things happen.
That's against the rules, isn't it?
it means he died an unclean death.
As an unborn, unclean.
He needed a shower. Then he
He
shit
was
his
sandy.
pants. Sand
He
is
was
so
hanging out with the
annoying.
owl bed.
It's rough and coarse and gets into everything.
I will go
No.
meet with Maester Seymour.
I mean, Ryan, you realize you're basically Anakin, right? You
Yuna.
fucking hate sand.
Jiskel
You hate
is the
Tatooine.
Guado's problem, not yours.
Yeah, but I don't really voice it like that.
I seem to remember you-
I more make people understand that I don't, like, because I don't, keep in mind, I don't really dislike sand. Like I've
So
been to the
Lulu,
beach.
What do you think about Yuna
I
getting
mean,
married?
we had a whole conversation about the beach.
Yes,
on
yes,
Pajod.
but
the
I, like
pilgrimage
I
continues,
actively
either
go
way's
to the
fine.
there was a period where I was like
That's
walking
it?
the beach at
What
night
if she
when
doesn't
nobody
even
was
like the
around.
guy? Is that okay?
My issue isn't the
People
setting,
marry
the
for
scenery,
many
or anything
reasons.
like that. It's
What's that
it's
mean?
that it's too busy to like it's just not comfortable
Sometimes
when
marriage
when it's
doesn't
overloaded.
require love, you know?
Marriage doesn't require
Defeat
love. The
sin.
fuck?
I'm not
and
such an
bring joy
asshole
to
that
the
I'm just
people
like,
of Spirit.
I hate this thing
Get
so bad that it
married
might
and
like
bring joy to
the
the
fucking
people of
sand,
Spirit.
its core. No,
For
I've
Yuna,
never
they're just
once
two ways
uttered any
down
of those
the same
words,
road.
not in my life.
Yeah.
All you need is determination.
So
If you
yeah,
had
they're kind of
that,
talking about Lulu
You
doesn't
don't
think
need
that
love.
You
yeah,
don't
Lulu
need
thinks
love.
That it might be okay to
I don't
get
know.
married for political reasons, because that's what this would be.
I just don't get it.
Well, that's because you're 17. Lulu's much wiser at the age of 23.
I don't know if that's the case.
No, I mean, that's her age.
I mean,
I think Walker's
yes, no,
22.
I mean more. I mean more.
Hey, let's
I
go
don't
jogging.
know if either of them are the wisdom of their ages.
Yeah, this guy's a blitzball player, by the way. He's just like, hey.
Just jogging around.
Well, he's
Plays,
a
oh no,
dance
wait, these guys have a team?
yeah.
Seymour's
Guado.
clan?
Yep.
The Guado?
Guado. Yep. All of the races have their own team, and then also there's a few human ones. Yeah, that's actually just exactly how it works. Oh, right, we're supposed to go inside.
For a while there, I was a little worried about what was gonna happen, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Oren, what's up?
Yeah.
We leave
That's
as
your
soon as
indigestion.
Yuna returns. I trust you'll
Waiting
be
on
ready.
Yuna.
That's kind of what we do.
Yep. Shit,
Okay,
I mean,
well,
it's
I
her
can't
game.
Go in there.
Final
so-
Fantasy X, Yuna's adventures. You're
I mean,
just the
10-2
link
is
in her
actually
Zelda.
about
You're the
Yuna.
link to her Zelda.
Was the lady summoner not with you?
Oh, it's
No,
Shelby
she's at
Linda
Seymour's
again.
place.
That's
Sheila
Maester
Linda,
Seymour.
whatever you wanted to call her.
Lord
Shit.
Seymour.
Oh,
You
I'll be
mean
careful.
Sheila and Linda?
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We're gonna find out that Maester Seymour
Oh,
actually tortured these two
Maester
people by
Seymour
merging
left
them
Guado
together.
Salam
Sheila
a
was
short while
once
ago.
Sheila and it was once Linda.
You serious?
I believe
that's a
he went to the
different anime,
temple in
Ryan.
Makalania. Maester Seymour is also the high priest
Yeah,
of
they
that
put on
temple.
earrings and touch their
Whoa,
fingers
I
together.
gotta tell the
Huzzah!
others.
No, it's actually a
Shalinda!
different anime. It's not. I'm not talking about Dragon Ball Fusion stuff, dude.
Oh. Oh, there's an anime where people willingly do that?
Nope.
Actually, that's a superhero thing now that I think
I
about
don't
it.
want to
There's a
spoil
character.
it because we might play it someday.
Oh, there's a character called Firestorm who's in the DC universe who is literally
That's a great name.
a young man. So something happened that made their atoms like fuse. So they sometimes have to go back
Look,
together, and
just
it becomes like this
please,
old professor
tell me.
and a young dude, and then they
What
basically
can I
turn
do
into
to help?
what's his name
Luna,
from
let's
Fantastic
go.
Four,
Torch.
the Human Torch. Yeah, they basically are him, except they have
Oh,
nuclear powers
so they
too.
fuse Captain America with
No,
Killmonger.
because it's not an old dude like that. It's like
No,
old,
Ryan.
like oh.
Captain America with Killmonger. Think about it.
I haven't seen Killmonger, so
He's played by
Also,
the, he
both
played, they both played the
Seymour
Human
went
Torch.
to Macarena Temple.
oh.
Macarena Temple.
Alright.
Nice
What else
fucking
would it is for?
meme.
Why would the
Amma
Lord
Maca
Maester
do
head
not
off
day
without
to
a peep to
Macarena?
anyone?
Maybe he wasn't
Dude, I remember
expecting
people
Yuna's answer
in the
so
streets
soon.
dancing to that song.
Ah, that's
And
probably
then going, I remember thinking to myself, even as a kid, what is happening?
Oh, nothing.
There are some things in
You're a
life you
poor
just
liar.
don't never understand.
It's
You
true,
know how I was
it's
talking about
nothing.
that alien tier? The
Come on,
Macarena is in
let's
that
go.
tier. True story.
By the way, Seymour fucking took off without waiting for us to give him an answer, so now we have to go fucking chase after him.
Isn't it
He
odd how
decided-
some things catch on with like every culture like that? Like the Macarena. Like there are some things that you'll like find universally across the planet. Like
Yeah.
people know of, and you're just like, this is weird. It's weird that this is the thing that everyone decided to, hey.
Hey, we should do this thing, yeah.
Oh no.
Like because you just see so many examples of people divided that it's weird to see some of the universal. Like pizza's another one of those things. There's very few people who
How are
don't
we
like
supposed
pizza.
to cross that?
See the lightning rod towers? The lightning
Unless
is
they're
drawn to
allergic,
them,
obviously.
Hopefully.
Which would
We head
I would
north,
be
not
horrible.
too near and not too far from
Tragedy.
the towers, yeah?
Meaning
So,
we should avoid wide open
we have to
areas.
go down this giant thunderstorm.
I think I forgot something in Guado Salam.
Nice knowing
Let's
you.
go back. We didn't. Okay.
Okay, I'll go.
No, Horin's calling her shit. Riku's afraid of lightning.
That was a weird way to phrase that, considering the camera was focused on her ass.
Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, this is tutorial. Don't worry.
Or sorry, I should just say Kojima Cam was activated.
To be fair, I mean, Kojima's...
It's an auteur. It's an auteur decision.
It's more dude butts in Metal Gear. There's not
True.
that many girl butts. It's like Meryl.
No, well,
and
I mean,
Thor.
it's just a camera choice thing. Like Kojima will focus on features as opposed to faces.
Yeah.
Muscles, butts, crotches,
War is butts.
poses, right? Don't get me wrong. That happened. Everything is anime. That also happens in wrestling and comics.
Oh, look
and
at that
lots of other
juke!
things.
I have
It's
to
just
push
a
X
camera
right when the
shot.
flash of light comes in order to not get
But it's just a camera shot. But at the same time,
That was not
I thought you said that character was 15.
Rikushi is.
You know.
She is 15.
And to be honest, without sexual implications, the game's had some problems with camera shots and cutscenes anyway. Like throat shots. Like, what's that? What do I? You don't even get to see his face moving. It's like, what am I gaining from seeing his throat? I don't know. Is he a reptile?
We can give them the benefit of the doubt on the butt. We got to see orange.
Yeah, well, at least that gives me a shot of the person around their shoulder's face, and like they're trying to sell conversation or something, right? Like something's happening. The throat shot's actually worse than that. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Also, Riku has.
It's like you don't gain anything from seeing a throat.
She should probably.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. She takes like one hit right now. Dude!
Like the default, even the default camera here, I don't like it right now. Like I don't like that behind the enemies showing you. I kind of wish it was more turned 90 degrees so that you were seeing the action from the side, so you could see everything.
Different camera angles for random battles.
I know. Yeah, that's the thing. They do switch it up so much that I think at the end of the day, having some bad ones isn't like the end of the world because you're gonna see other ones. It's just
I'll bring her back up in a second. Riku keeps dying because she only has like 300 health.
As a menu and turn-based game, the reason I think you see so much camera shots is that's kind of really one of their only visual tricks is, hey, you don't need the camera to focus all the time, so here, we can move it.
Okay, these guys have upped their game a little bit.
Later. Thundara.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Chill out. You wanna just give us a breather here, dude? Can I please get some Riku back? Alright. Fuck you! That was a harder fight than it should have been. I still don't have the ability. Okay, so I'm gonna dump spheres into Riku right away because she really has like no health at the start of the game, but because you know, at the very start of the game.
And you're planning on using her. I kind of think we should rock Kamari more.
I mean, I rotate them in and out a lot. Everyone's been getting their time.
I mean, there's obviously lots of situations where you have forced rotations, so.
Yeah.
In the slew of boss battle waves.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like they heard enough of the complaints about random battles because it feels like there's way less random battle situations in this, and more boss fights. Because I remember coming off FF7 and 8, I remember hearing the critical opinion was like, there's a lot of people said the same thing about Pokemon. Remember, where it's like there's too many areas where you can just it's like let me move on. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to always have to hit run if I'm getting sick of grinding. It kind of can be tiresome, and we're obviously in a random battle situation right now, but I feel like there's been a lot of situations where it's just there's no random battles at all. Like I feel like we've gone over an hour where we haven't seen a single random battle, which which is way different than I think how it was in the other Final Fantasies, especially when they opened up. Like I feel, especially even the early ones on like NES and stuff, like there was a lot of random battle.
Oh yes, yeah, very, very much in those ones specifically. Oh wait a minute, I just realized I should be using Steve. These guys are all weak to fucking water, and he has water strike in his weapon now. Also, Walker can probably one-shot these guys. Yeah.
Hold on a second, I'll be back.
Okay. I'll just finish this battle and then Ryan's missing anything? Alright, Lulu, can you fucking chill? Let's get Riku back in. Oops, that's not what I want. Yeah, whatever, we can get an attack of the line. straight murder that thing. And yeah, it does electro marbles. This will be very helpful for mix items later. Fuck this dude. Walker, you suck. No! This is problematic. I need the return of Steve. That'll finish it.
It's over.
It's over.
I'm on a roll.
Good job, Waka. Oh, ability spheres. Hell yeah. Alright, who's still way behind on moves? I think Yuna? Nope, Yuna's totally fine. Riku could use a little bit more. Yup, keeps that health. Lulu is going to be my ability problem person.
Sorry about that. I was just checking to make sure no one was here.
That is quite alright. I just kind of, it was a random battle, so I just kind of finished it. I got an ability sphere, so I gave Lulu level 2 water magic because we're in the Thunder Plains. So I only had one sphere. She got it because, you know, that shit was pretty important to get. Now she might be able to kill things a little bit faster because we struggled a little bit in the last couple fights. Does Orin need... Oh yeah, no, I gave him that ability earlier. So yeah, I'm just giving everyone a little bit of a sphere upgrade now because I can. Everybody... Yeah, oh yeah, Steve's still... Steve's not going anywhere, apparently. Fuck, forgot about that. Well, no big deal. No one was here, I take it?
Nope.
Okay.
Although I'm a little paranoid.
Oh yeah?
Because the neighbor runs a business, but out of their house, and they're not supposed to. But like, there was a car parked in front of our driveway blocking it, and then when I came out up there because I heard some bunch of noise, and the dog was barking and stuff, that car was in their driveway, and then like they sped right out.
That's
And
weird.
I'm just like, I wonder if like someone robbed the neighbor or something.
That sounds really fucking weird.
Well, if it's a business, right, you could get inside.
Yo, yeah. I don't know if it's something you can or want to talk about, but like they run a business that they're not supposed to in their house?
I mean, they're not allowed to advertise it essentially, but you can run a business out of your house to a degree. But I don't know if they had the commission to zone it.
Okay. I guess we technically run businesses.
It's
out
just
of
like
our
a
houses.
it's just
We
it's just
don't
it's
make
just
money.
like a beauty clinic.
Oh, okay. All right, Steve. Fuck him up! You missed. Fuck him up. Okay. Hey dude, can you chill the fuck out, please? And could you give us some Lulu? So yeah.
How shall we do this?
Lulu's got her her dank level 2 water magic,
Go with the flow.
and that's the only level 2 spell that we have so far. But she can one-shot those things, which is pretty convenient. And yeah. And then walk up and one-shot these guys. Perfect. So yeah, at this point, we're getting pretty close to the part where I'll be able to farm ability spheres when I need to, but we just haven't gotten there yet. Also, do you want to talk to Dane again?
Sure.
Very well.
Good answer.
Let me tell you about the
I mean, he
crossing.
gives us a little bit of world stuff. We learned about shoe puffs and their fucking eating habits.
A long time
Let me
ago,
tell you about this
place
crazy
was a
area.
traveler's nightmare.
I can
No, it
see
looks like
why.
fun
Plains of
now.
lightning, plains of thunder. Those who cross are torn asunder.
Hey, rhymed, you see.
Or so they used to say. Then a man by the name of Bilgan appeared.
Bilbo
Using
Bilgan?
machina, he built
Yeah,
tires
that's the
that
one.
served as lightning rods across the plains.
Jed, you had to take the ring all the way through these towers and get to the end.
Get to Mordor.
Okay. Yeah.
Bilgan was building that tower over there
And then he dies.
Struck and killed.
Oh shit!
Well, we told him, Benjamin,
Hey,
do not
plan.
use a kite in this weather, but he did not listen.
He really fucked up on that one, you see. What the fuck was that? I don't need a text from Kudo. Kudo, fuck off. I'm doing a show here. Oh, I didn't have my hand on the button. Damn it. Well, that was rude. Yeah, these things are a little bit problematic with the whole they get to go first thing. That's a bit of an issue. Luckily, Steve does that bonus damage. Wait, they get to go again? The fuck is this
Multiple
bullshit?
turns.
I'm bringing in Orin to just tank hits.
As you wish.
Yeah,
As you
fucking
wish. Aw. I feel like Oron is probably the closest out of all the characters in this game to the classic Final Fantasy character that, or sorry, not the classic, but like the one they'd established by that point. Although I guess they switched it up. I don't know. I felt like there was a few years there where the main antagonist was kind of very Oron, like. But I guess it might have just been around this kind of this era. Yeah. Because the older Final Fantasies it was a little more medieval. Like it was like knights and stuff. Like literally with knight armor. You know what I mean? Like it was Soul Calibur-esque more so.
Even the one before this, 9 was like
yes.
That. Ability sphere.
No. When I say the old ones like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no, I know what you mean, but like even 9 had that shit going on. With,
9 was a callback.
Stein.
That's the whole thing, right? I feel like they didn't start changing them till 7. Like 7 was when it was like, hey, let's make something different.
Less knighty with 6, but
well, they started getting into crystals and stuff and crazier magic, but I feel like aesthetic, it still hadn't become Japan yet completely. Like at some point they watched The Matrix. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah. And then they were like, listen, people don't need to dress like that. We can make them dress however they want. And then they can do crazy shit. It's like, okay, trench coats and sunglasses. And it's like, oh, at some point, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, because Cloud and Squall, both weird swords with like the weird multicolored thing. Squall had a blade or a gun blade, but it was still kind of, they rested their swords on their shoulder. They were more of the spiky haired, like darker clothed, brooding, and like right now that's not really your character. Steve is kind of like a weird, like he's kind of his own thing. Yeah, he's kind of his weird. Steve is kind of like I say, he's more Sora. He's like more Disney than he is anything else. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Which kind of makes sense because they would have been working on, or Kingdom Hearts would have released. Kingdom Hearts released in 2002, I think we looked up. So this kind of was in that. Square was in that zone, if you will.
This was on the table. This was being developed, or it was being developed when this came out.
Yeah. So if they were doing any sharing of ideas or assets or anything, then that would have been the thing. Whereas I feel like Oron is kind of like he's your Squall / Cloud. Like he is what they had established as the new protagonist of the time. Like they did a callback in 9, but this seems like this seems like a mix. This seems like we're going to give you that character, but he's the side character.
That's fair. Also, I think that we'll call this episode here. Next one we'll pick up. Keep going on the Thunder Plains.
I have no idea how it continues after this in 11. I know 11's an MMO, right?
Yes.
11 and 14 are MMOs, right?
Yes.
And nobody plays 11 anymore. It's dead?
I think so.
And 14 people play.
Yeah, Lynch is playing it possibly right now. He was playing it.
Yeah, like it's super popular. It turns out that games as a service, so they redid it, right? Or they remastered it, if you will, or they updated it. They patched it.
Lynch, of course, being friend of the channel.
I actually think they relaunched it, didn't they? They like came up with a new name and got rid of the old one and like officially relaunched it and put it on new platforms and stuff.
I'm not really sure.
14. Rory was playing it. I know. I'm not I'm somewhat an MMO guy, I guess, but yeah, interesting. Anyway, yes. Thunder Plains South. That's where we are.
Next time we'll finish crossing the Thunder Plains, maybe.
Maybe he says.
See you guys. Well, I don't know. A lot can happen between now and then, Ryan.
Paj-anime, the Thunder Plains. We're gonna cross them.